The garage door opened. Chrome gleamed. Paint so deep you could drown in it. Then my neighbor screamed into her phone, "There's a black man stealing my car right this second. Send everyone." I'm standing in my own driveway, holding my own keys, looking at my own car, about to be arrested for theft. This is Marcus, and what happened next will blow your mind. I'm a third-generation mechanic. Grease under fingernails runs in my family. After my divorce, I bought a modest house in Willowbrook Estates. Perfect lawns, matching mailboxes, and neighbors who supposedly mind their own business. That lasted about 5 minutes. The Camaro wasn't a midlife crisis. I found her at an estate sale, a rusted corpse most people would have scrapped. But I saw pure American muscle waiting to breathe. $3,200 and 18 months of weekends later, she was perfection. New engine, rebuilt transmission, paint job that took 4 months. I documented every single bolt with photos and kept every receipt in a binder thicker than a phone book. Then there's Brenda. HOA president for 3 years running. Real estate agent with a white BMW that gets detailed more than most people shower. She weaponizes paperwork like it's her religion. Trash cans out 12 minutes late? Citation. Grass allegedly 2 5/8 inches instead of 2.5? She showed up with an actual ruler. 2 weeks before everything exploded, I'm bleeding brake lines in my garage when she marches over. There's a noise ordinance. No power tools after 6 p.m. I stay diplomatic. City ordinance permits hobby work until 9. Happy to show you documentation. Her smile goes Arctic. We'll see about that. The day it all went nuclear started with her monthly pool party. I'm in my garage when I hear her voice cutting through the chatter. "Oh, that's my new Camaro. Just bought it from a classic car dealer in Phoenix. $45,000, totally worth it." My socket wrench hits the floor. She's showing people photos on her phone. Photos of a car identical to mine. That afternoon I fire up my baby and back out to grab brake fluid. The rumble echoes like mechanical thunder. When I return, Brenda's standing in her driveway, arms crossed, staring at my car with the intensity of a hawk watching a mouse. That night, she must have spent hours online, convincing herself I'd somehow stolen her imaginary purchase. Saturday evening, 2 patrol cars screech into my driveway, full lights blazing. 4 officers pour out like they're responding to a bank robbery. Officer Rodriguez approaches, hand on his belt. "We received a report about a stolen vehicle." The absurdity hits me like a brick. This is my car in my garage at my house. Brenda materializes beside them like a suburban poltergeist. That's him. That's the car thief. I just bought that exact Camaro yesterday for $45,000. I pull out my phone. "Officers, I can prove ownership right now. This car has been mine for 18 months. I rebuilt every bolt from scratch." Rodriguez studies my progression photos with genuine interest. Rust bucket to rolling chassis to painted perfection. That's some serious craftsmanship. "You do this professionally?" Meanwhile, Brenda's thrusting printed photos at the officers. Generic dealer stock photos, no VIN numbers, no actual paperwork. Just glossy images that could be any orange Camaro. "Ma'am, do you have purchase documentation?" Rodriguez asks. Brenda's face turns fire engine red. "It's all being processed. The dealer said paperwork takes time." While she improvises, I'm digging through my workbench. 3-ring binder, complete genealogy of my mechanical baby. Here's my DMV registration. 18 months old, my name, this address, matching VIN. Rodriguez's flashlight dances across the official document. Everything aligns perfectly. Then I deploy the nuclear option. From the back of my binder, I extract a piece of yellow legal paper. Handwritten bill of sale from Eleanor Hutchinson, 93-year-old widow, estate sale from 18 months ago. The silence that follows is so complete I can hear a sprinkler 3 houses down. Rodriguez closes his notebook. "Ma'am, this gentleman has clear chain of ownership. Your evidence appears to be internet printouts." His tone shifts. "Filing a false police report is a misdemeanor offense. I've seen people get real jail time for this." Color drains from Brenda's face. There must be some terrible mistake. But her eyes tell a different story. As the officers leave, I catch her staring through her window with cold calculation. This isn't over. Monday morning, there's an HOA violation notice in my mailbox. My work van allegedly violates community standards. $200 fine, 48-hour deadline. Brenda's signature flourishes at the bottom. But here's what she doesn't know. My van was purchased in 2017, 3 years before they enacted commercial vehicle restrictions in 2020. Grandfathered in. Protected by law. I draft a response, attach documentation, hand deliver it. The receptionist's eyes widen. Mrs. Wilson isn't going to appreciate this. She's right. By Wednesday, 3 more violation notices appear. Oil stains, automotive odors, noise violations. She's carpet bombing me with paperwork. That's when I go full Big Brother. 4 high-def security cameras, cloud storage, night vision. The footage reveals Brenda's new hobby, property line surveillance. Every morning she patrols with her iPhone, measuring distances, taking photos. The woman's turned neighbor watching into an Olympic sport. Thursday brings an emergency board meeting. Notice appears at 4 p.m. for a 7 p.m. meeting, barely legal. I show up expecting a kangaroo court. 3 women around a table, Brenda, nervous Clara, and Janet, who nods at everything Brenda says. We're implementing an emergency ban on automotive repair, Brenda announces. Past violations carry a $500 fine. I pull out my phone, open the bylaws. Section 4.3 requires 7 days notice. Section 4.7 mandates 5 board members for official votes. I count 3. This meeting has all the legal authority of a book club. Brenda's composure shatters. You think you're so smart, don't you? Coming into our neighborhood with your people and your activities. The venom could strip paint. But I stay calm. I think I'm a homeowner who reads contracts. Novel concept. Then neighbor Tom grabs coffee with me. Most of us think she's lost it. Time we talked. That's when everything changes. We start building a coalition. Dave from Code Enforcement shows up after Brenda files another anonymous complaint. He walks through my spotless garage. 0 evidence of commercial activity. You're golden. Off the record? Same voice for complaints this month. Lady needs a hobby. Brenda files a complaint with my insurance company claiming fire hazards. My agent Bill shows up, admires my Camaro, signs his inspection report. Your safety setup exceeds commercial standards. Someone's trying to screw with you. His company sends Brenda a cease and desist. Stop filing false claims or face fraud charges. Then Brenda discovers social media. The Willowbrook Neighborhood Watch Facebook group materializes overnight. Her post features photos of my van and garage. Just concerned about maintaining community standards. Some activities might be more appropriate in industrial zones. The comments section becomes a war zone. Sunday morning brings scattered roofing nails across my driveway. 24 strategically positioned. Security cameras capture the 2 a.m. perpetrator. Dark hoodie, nervous energy, distinctive walk. Brenda walks like she's perpetually late for an argument. Wednesday's mail delivers an anonymous letter. Your kind doesn't belong here. Leave voluntarily or face consequences. No signature, but the paper stock matches Brenda's HOA notices perfectly. Detective Martinez examines it. Anonymous threatening correspondence qualifies for hate crime prosecution. That's when Tom's coalition expands. 6 households, each with their own Brenda horror stories. Mike the lawyer, Sarah the accountant, others. Time for coordinated resistance, Tom declares. Individual complaints get ignored. Group action gets results. Friday afternoon, I'm in the county courthouse basement, surrounded by HOA financial records. 3 hours later, I discover why Brenda guards these like nuclear codes. $15,000 to BNB Property Solutions. $8,000 to Brenda's Best Gardens. $12,000 to Wilson and Associates. All 3 companies share the same address, Brenda's house. Cross-referencing dates, I uncover her true business model. Systematically target homeowners with harassment until they sell below market value. 3 families fled Willowbrook last year after surviving Brenda's attention. My case fits perfectly. Single homeowner, prime property worth $380. Perfect target. The nuclear revelation, Brenda's own house is in default. $23,000 in unpaid HOA dues. Foreclosure hearing in 4 weeks. The irony's so perfect it belongs in a country song. Our HOA president terrorizing neighbors over violations hasn't paid her own dues in over a year. Saturday, Tom's garage becomes mission control. Sarah the forensic accountant, Mike the lawyer, Linda the teacher, Carlos the contractor. We spread Brenda's records across the table. 78,000 in fraudulent transactions, Sarah mutters. Paper trail cleaner than my grandmother's kitchen. Our battle plan emerges. Documentation fortress with more cameras. Legal annihilation through criminal complaints. Public humiliation with coordinated information campaign. The annual board elections perfectly timed. Criminal complaint filed Tuesday. Embezzlement, harassment, false reports. Felony buffet. When neighbors discover their HOA president stole from them, suburban revolutions happen fast. 78,000 stolen from 40 households means every family lost nearly $2,000. Channel 7 would interrupt programming for this gold mine. Monday morning brings panic. Brenda pacing her driveway at 7 a.m., phone pressed to ear. I need an emergency board meeting. Something's happening. She demands $500 per household for legal defense. What she doesn't know, Tom recorded her meeting. They're investigating our finances. I don't know how much they know. Wednesday night, 2:47 a.m. Security cameras catch Brenda dressed like a suburban ninja, sneaking around with tire-slashing knife, spray paint, motor oil containers. She spends 15 minutes positioning fake evidence directly under my motion-activated floodlight. Crystal clear footage of her face, BMW license plate, everything. Thursday's code enforcement visit finds the planted oil containers immediately. Still have Home Depot price stickers. Ma'am, filing false environmental reports is a federal offense. Saturday brings the bribery attempt. Brenda approaches Carlos. 2,000 cash if you forget about those cameras. Carlos keeps recording. Ma'am, maybe you should talk to a lawyer. Her voice pitches higher. I don't need lawyers. I need this neighborhood back under control. Sunday, another false police report claiming I threatened her with a weapon. Officers find me in my garage, covered in grease, 3 witnesses present. Officer Morgan's patience evaporates. Ma'am, this is your 4th false report in 2 weeks. The preliminary audit reveals worse than estimated. Not 78,000. 96,000 stolen over 30 months. Our neighborhood dictator wasn't just broke. She was a career criminal who'd run out of victims and time. Tuesday night, 2:33 a.m. Brenda breaks into the HOA management office using a stolen key. Silent alarm triggers. Rodriguez arrives to find her elbow deep in document shredding. Ma'am, step away and put your hands up. Her response, you don't understand. They're destroying everything I built. Bail set at 25,000. She spends 3 days in county lockup. While she's there, Clara visits with a hidden recorder. I need your help, Clara. There's money in my garage. 50,000. We can both disappear. Mike whistles hearing it. Confession to everything while sitting in jail. Criminal stupidity records. Thursday's emergency neighborhood meeting packs the center beyond capacity. 43 households show up. Tom presents the final audit. Not 78,000. 112,000 over 3 years. Every family has been robbed. Average theft, 2,800 per household. Vote of no confidence, unanimous. 33 households demand immediate removal, criminal prosecution, full restitution. Friday morning brings the media circus. Channel 7's van arrives at dawn. HOA president arrested in massive embezzlement scheme. The story explodes. Hashtag HOA Karen trends nationally within hours. Brenda's real estate career disintegrates. Brokerage suspends her license immediately. Foreclosure auction proceeds. Her house sells for $280,000-$70,000 below market. Saturday's 3 a.m. Facebook confession video is her final act. Sobbing into camera, mascara running. I was just trying to protect our community. Comment section becomes a digital firing squad. The sentencing hearing feels like the season finale. Courthouse packed beyond capacity. 40-plus residents carpooling like heading to the world's most important game. Judge Hernandez calls for victim impact statements. I stand first. Your Honor, this started with a woman calling 911 because I opened my own garage door. But it was never about a car. It was about power and what happens when someone terrorizes neighbors without consequences. She didn't just steal money. She stole our peace of mind. When Brenda speaks, it's pure audacity wrapped in crocodile tears. I never meant to hurt anyone. I was just maintaining standards, protecting property values. The courtroom's collective eye roll is practically audible. Judge Hernandez has heard enough. In 30 years on this bench, I've rarely encountered such systematic abuse combined with racial harassment and criminal intimidation. You held a position of trust and used it to steal. You targeted a minority homeowner with false reports that could have resulted in tragedy. The sentence: 4 years state prison, full restitution of $112,000 plus costs, 5 years probation. The gavel comes down like thunder. The courtroom erupts in applause. That's what 40 households getting justice sounds like. Outside on courthouse steps, cameras rolling, a reporter asks, "What would you tell other homeowners dealing with HOA abuse?" I think about everything we've been through. Document everything. Build community. Truth wins. 6 months later, Willowbrook transformed from suburban police state to actual community. New board implements transparency and common sense. Property values increased 15%. Turns out buyers prefer neighborhoods that defeated corruption. Brenda's prison reality: laundry duty for 60 cents an hour, sharing a cell with someone who committed actual armed robbery. The Camaro that started this is now famous in classic car circles, featured in magazines as the car that defeated an HOA Karen. Every Sunday, I bring neighbor kids to car shows, teaching them about engines and the satisfaction of fixing things with your own hands. Our story inspired communities across the country fighting similar battles. The legal precedent is being cited in 3 states. As I write this, I hear Tom's lawn mower and smell Linda's weekend baking. The sounds of healthy community. People choosing to help each other instead of tear each other down. That's what suburbs were supposed to be. If you've got HOA nightmare stories, drop them in the comments. Your documentation might inspire someone else to fight back. And subscribe for more stories proving justice still works when ordinary people refuse to accept extraordinary abuse. Next time, Karen tries to steal a military veteran service dog, learns about federal crimes the hard way. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button if you enjoyed seeing karma catch up.